You stood on the edge of understanding, ready to dive into the depths of your psyche. You faced your fears, peeled back the layers of your mind, and yet here you are, surrounded by a cacophony of thoughts that swirl like autumn leaves in a storm. You expected clarity, but found only chaos. You thought you would emerge whole, yet you feel fragmented, as if pieces of yourself are scattered in every corner of your being. The noise is relentless, echoing doubts, old wounds, and unspoken fears. You grasp for peace, yet it slips through your fingers like sand. In the stillness, you wonder, is this the price of awakening? Carl Jung spoke of the shadows lurking within us, but what if the true struggle lies in the light that feels too bright to bear? Are we lost in our own reflections, or is this just the beginning of our journey? Believing that validation from others would fill the void within. You played by the rules of a game designed by society, a game that promised happiness but delivered only exhaustion. The constant hustle, the relentless drive to achieve, it all felt like a badge of honor. Yet, here you stand, feeling numb, adrift in a sea of confusion, as if the compass you once relied on has spun wildly out of control. This dissonance you feel is not a sign of malfunction. It is the crucial moment when the old narrative begins to fracture. You've been conditioned to believe that peace comes from external achievements, that worthiness is measured by accolades. But what if this is simply a mirage? In the depths of your being, you sense a shift, as if the ground beneath you is crumbling, revealing the shadows that had long been concealed. The familiar landscape of your identity is fading, and in its place, an unfamiliar terrain of uncertainty emerges. You might feel tempted to rush back to the surface, to restore what was lost, but perhaps this confusion is necessary. It is the space where transformation brews, a liminal realm where the old self meets its demise. Carl Jung spoke of the persona, that mask we wear to navigate the world. But now the mask is slipping, and you are left to confront the raw essence of who you are beneath the facade. It's unsettling, yet profoundly liberating. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast forest, the trees thick with the weight of untold stories. Each step deeper into the woods echoes with the whispers of your past, the lessons learned and the fears faced. In this place, you are stripped of your accomplishments and expectations. What remains is the essence of your being, vulnerable yet resilient, yearning to emerge anew. This numbness, this chaos, is not a sign that you are broken. It is the necessary void before birth. The old you, the one rooted in external validation, is being dismantled like a house of cards. In this dismantling, you may feel lost, but it is a sacred loss, the shedding of a skin that no longer fits. You stand on the precipice of awakening, where death precedes rebirth. As you navigate this uncharted territory, remember that this is not an ending, but a profound beginning. The confusion is the fertile ground from which something authentic will sprout. Embrace the discomfort. Let it wash over you like a wave, for it is a sign that you are shedding the illusions that once defined you. You are not malfunctioning. You are being emptied for reconstruction. A new narrative is waiting to be woven, one that honors your true self, free from the shackles of past expectations. So, linger here for a moment longer, in this space of uncertainty, for it is the womb of transformation, the herald of your awakening. What if this journey through chaos is not a sign of losing your way, but an invitation to rediscover who you truly are? In these moments of uncertainty, when the shadows loom large, remember that you are not lost, you are simply in between. Carl Jung spoke of individuation, the sacred process of becoming whole, where the fragmented self begins to integrate, revealing the hidden gems buried beneath layers of societal expectations and self-imposed limitations. As you traverse this inner landscape, you may encounter the parts of you that have been cast aside, the emotions you were taught to suppress. Fear, doubt, and anger are not your enemies. They are the messengers leading you back to your essence. In the stillness of your mind, beneath the noise of the ego, lies a whisper of clarity, a voice that longs to be heard. It urges you to listen, to pause, and to reflect. Awakening can feel like a descent into darkness, a cocoon that envelops you. But this is not a final resting place. It is a sanctuary for transformation. Just as a caterpillar retreats into its chrysalis, you are being called to embrace this phase of introspection. It is here that the alchemical process begins, where the lead of your past experiences can be transmuted into the gold of wisdom and insight. What if the pain you feel is not the end of something, but the door to a new beginning? In this space of surrender, you might begin to glimpse the contours of your true self, waiting patiently beneath the surface. Jung believed that our deeper selves are not simply found, but revealed through the act of letting go. As the masks you wore for the world begin to crumble, what remains is a raw, unfiltered version of you, unencumbered by the need for validation. This is the initiation you have long sought, an opportunity to rise from the ashes of your former self. You are not alone in this storm. Many have walked this path, carrying the weight of their existence, only to emerge transformed and renewed. The hermit in the cave knows the power of solitude, the strength that lies in grappling with the shadows. This is where the ego's funeral takes place, a sacred rite of passage that allows the self to breathe freely once more. Embrace this cocoon. It is the fertile ground from which your spirit will blossom. The chrysalis may feel confining, but it is also a protective womb, nurturing your potential until you are ready to spread your wings. Your inner world is a vast tapestry of experiences, woven with threads of joy and sorrow, triumph and despair. Each stitch tells a story, a testament to your resilience. So, as you sit with the discomfort, the uncertainty, and the chaos, remember, this is not a void to fear but a space to honor. Within it lies the seed of clarity, the promise of something beautiful waiting to be born. Allow yourself the grace to feel, to question, and to explore. The journey is not about rushing to the finish line. It is about savoring the unfolding path where each step brings you closer to your authentic self. This is merely the beginning of your metamorphosis. Embrace it. You find yourself in the cocoon, suspended between who you were and who you are yet to become. It's a disorienting place, isn't it? You're aware that something is shifting within, yet you can't quite grasp what it is. But why does it still feel so heavy? What is this invisible weight that pulls at your spirit, clouding your thoughts and emotions? This weight, dear friend, is your shadow. It lurks in the depths of your psyche, a repressed self filled with traits, traumas, and truths that you have pushed into the dark corners of your mind. Carl Jung taught us that the shadow is not merely something to be feared. It is an integral part of your being, holding the keys to your liberation and growth. You may have buried your fire to survive, silencing parts of yourself in the face of societal expectations or personal fears. Yet in doing so, you have forgotten where you placed it, leaving you feeling emotionally numb, as if your heart is encased in ice. This numbness isn't the absence of emotion. It's too much emotion, locked behind a wall you've built for protection. You experience self-sabotage in moments of potential, feeling a chronic fatigue that seeps into your very core. Shame whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not enough, while fear of success or failure paralyzes your steps forward. You find yourself disconnected from desires that once burned brightly within you, unable to care as you did before. Each of these feelings is a reflection of that shadow, a manifestation of the unseen conflict within. You may feel as though you're drifting in a fog, but this isn't just emptiness. It's memory, your past experiences, and emotions trying to return through the cracks of your carefully managed life. The chaos you feel is not a sign of being lost. It's a call to acknowledge the hidden aspects of yourself that have been longing for recognition. As you sit with this realization, consider the profound truth that Jung offers. Every shadow carries a message, a lesson wrapped in the pain of our unacknowledged selves. By shining a light on these hidden parts, you can begin to understand the roots of your inner turmoil. This isn't merely about naming your chaos, it's about embracing it as a part of your journey toward wholeness. As you navigate these turbulent waters, remember that you are not alone in this struggle. Many have walked this path feeling the weight of their shadows, yet emerging transformed. Each step you take toward understanding your inner conflict is a step closer to integrating the fragmented pieces of your identity. So, invite the shadows into your narrative. Allow them to dance in the light of your consciousness. Recognize them not as enemies, but as companions on your path to self-discovery. This is the beginning of a deeper exploration into the inner split that fractures your identity and choice, a journey that promises to lead you back to the vibrant essence of who you truly are. Embrace this invitation to delve deeper, for what awaits you is not just clarity, but the rekindling of your forgotten fire. Now that the shadow has been named, something deeper is revealed, a war inside you. This is not just a battle, it's a split in identity. Your ego, that part of you shaped by years of conditioning, clings to the old rules of survival, success, and performance. It remembers the familiar paths, the well-trodden roads that once felt safe. Meanwhile, a new voice begins to whisper within you, the self that longs to break free. This voice speaks truths that feel unclear yet undeniable, urging you toward growth and authenticity. These two parts of you are now in conflict, neither fully in control. You want to move forward, but something holds you back. Your body is here, navigating the daily grind, but your soul feels like it's somewhere else, yearning for something more. You long for silence and clarity, yet in that stillness, anxiety creeps in. It's as if you're caught in a tug-of-war, feeling the pull of the past while desperately reaching for the future. Carl Jung spoke of the tension between the persona and the self, a crisis that often precedes integration. This is the moment when the mask you've worn for so long starts to crack, revealing the raw, authentic self beneath. Friedrich Nietzsche described the struggle between the Apollonian and Dionysian forces, a battle between order and chaos, reason and passion. In this inner turmoil, you might resonate with Gabor Mate's distinction between the true self and the adapted self, the latter born from trauma and survival. The emotional cost of this split can be overwhelming. You may feel exhaustion, as if you're being pulled into directions. Self-doubt creeps in, leading you to question, which part is really me? There's shame that surfaces when you find yourself regressing into old behaviors. And a profound grief for the version of yourself that's fading away. The one that once felt so certain. But let me validate this experience. This is not dysfunction. It is the breaking of an inner shell, the uncomfortable yet sacred process of individuation. You are not failing. You are mid-transformation. This internal division is a normal, albeit painful, part of your journey toward wholeness. It's essential to recognize that this tension, while challenging, is also a doorway to alignment. In these moments of chaos and confusion, remind yourself that both parts of you, the ego and the emerging self, deserve compassion. The ego seeks to protect you, even if its methods feel outdated. The self, however, is calling you to expand, to embrace the fullness of your being. Acknowledge the fears, the guilt, and the indecision, for they are all part of this sacred dance between who you were and who you are becoming. As you navigate this tumultuous landscape, prepare yourself for the reconstruction phase that will follow each step you take toward. Understanding this conflict is a step toward integration, a journey to embrace the fragmented parts of yourself. Know that you are not alone in this struggle, and that many have walked this path before you, emerging transformed whole and ready to embrace their authentic selves. The path is fraught with challenges, but it is also rich with the promise of liberation and self-discovery. But what if this tension wasn't the end of you, but the start of something more real? What if the chaos swirling within was not a harbinger of failure, but an initiation into a deeper understanding of self? This chaos is not destruction. It's a crucible, a transformative journey where you are not breaking apart, but breaking open. Healing isn't about erasing the past. It's about reintegrating it, weaving the strands of your experiences into a richer tapestry of existence. In the realm of Carl Jung, the process of integration means bringing the unconscious into conscious awareness. It's about allowing the hidden aspects of yourself to emerge, to dance in the light, so that you may embrace your entirety. Think of this as a kind of alchemy, where the lead of your pain is transmuted into the gold of profound insight. This is the art of becoming whole, of not just fighting against the chaos, but listening to it, understanding it, and ultimately reuniting with it. This inner architecture you are constructing is built from the very materials of your turmoil. Confusion is simply the sign of inner reorganization, a necessary step in the process of alignment. Apathy, it signals a new set of values forming, a recalibration of what truly matters. Guilt emerges as a messenger from the soul, alerting you to the false roles you've been playing, and that emptiness you feel. It's just the fertile ground where your truth will grow, waiting for the seeds of authenticity to take root. You are not lost, rather, you are composting old selves into fertile soil for new growth. This is psychological alchemy. Your pain is becoming presence. Your sorrow is the soil from which strength and clarity will sprout. Remember, no transformation occurs in comfort. Growth often wears the mask of grief, and when the soul reorganizes you, it feels like falling apart. Yet, this is a deeper form of coming together, an invitation to embrace all parts of yourself, both light and shadow, as Nietzsche would say, for therein lies your power. As you navigate this messy terrain, know that discomfort is merely the evidence of healing in motion. It is a sacred process, slow and non-linear, calling for patience and compassion. Embrace the chaos as a necessary disordering that precedes your inner alignment. Allow the conversation between your ego and your emerging self to unfold. They are not enemies but allies on this journey of individuation. You stand on the threshold of a new phase, where clarity will begin to emerge. Values that resonate with your authentic self are waiting to be defined, and alignment will follow as you learn to honor all aspects of your being. This integration is not a destination, but a continuous process of discovery, a sacred work of art in progress. So take a deep breath and let this moment of fragmentation be your canvas. Here, amidst the chaos, your true self is waiting to rise and reclaim its vibrant essence. Instead, you're creating a new normal that honors your truth. The life you were chasing doesn't fit anymore, and that's not a failure. It's an invitation to dive deeper into who you truly are. As you embark on this journey, you'll notice a profound shift in how your identity forms. An ego-built identity is often based on roles, achievements, and the approval of others. It's a mask you wear, a costume tailored to fit societal expectations. But now you are stepping into a soul-built identity, one that resonates with your true self, grounded in presence and alignment. This new identity is fluid, authentic, and intuitive, allowing you to flow with your inner guidance rather than conforming to external pressures. Imagine designing a home for your soul rather than crafting a costume for your persona. Instead of wearing masks to fit in, you're learning to become transparent, revealing the essence of who you are. What once fueled you may no longer provide nourishment. Now you find nourishment in what feels true and resonates deeply within you. This process is beautifully aligned with the ideas of great thinkers like Carl Jung, who spoke of individuation, the journey of becoming the self. It's about returning to your authenticity, as Gabor Mate suggests, and embracing self-creation, as Nietzsche encourages. You are not merely reinventing yourself, you are revealing the layers of who you've always been. As you navigate this transformation, you might find yourself making real-life shifts. You may start saying no to relationships that demand performance, choosing instead to surround yourself with those who appreciate you for your true essence. You might leave work that contradicts your values, seeking environments that align with your newfound clarity. Creating, resting, or serving may no longer be activities you pursue to prove your worth. Instead, they become joyful expressions of your authentic self. You may feel drawn to new hobbies, environments, or conversations, and you no longer feel the need to justify these urges. This is what real freedom looks like, not chaos, but conscious creation. Remember, this rebuilding process is nonlinear. It can be messy and human, filled with moments of doubt and uncertainty, but it is deeply liberating. Each step you take toward your authentic self is a courageous act of self-love and acceptance. As you embrace this journey, prepare yourself for what lies ahead. You are on the cusp of connecting with the world in a new way, where your new self will begin to serve a purpose beyond personal fulfillment. You will express your truth, share your gifts, and contribute meaningfully to the world around you. This is your invitation to step forward, equipped with a deeper understanding of yourself and a commitment to live authentically. The next phase awaits, full of potential and promise. As you step into this new chapter, engagement with the world takes on a different hue. It's slower, but deeper. Every interaction is infused with authenticity, a commitment to being who you truly are. In relationships, you find yourself speaking more truthfully, even if your voice shakes. The conversations you once navigated with caution now flow with an honest current. You attract people who resonate with your truth, those who appreciate the real you, not the performance you once delivered. You let go of those who needed your performance, making space for connections that honor your essence. This isn't merely about companionship, it's a sacred dance of souls where each partner reflects a shared journey of authenticity. At work, creativity blossoms in ways you never thought possible. You create without asking for permission, letting the rhythm of your inner self guide your hands and words. Each project becomes an act of devotion, a canvas for self-expression, not submission. You no longer labor under the weight of expectation but participate with joy, crafting your contributions as offerings to the world. In this new light, work transforms into an extension of your soul, a space where you can shine without fear of judgment. Service and presence in society evolve, too. You walk away from roles that no longer honor you, choosing instead to engage in ways that feel right. Your life is becoming art, not argument. You respond to life with presence rather than reaction, moving through the world with an awareness that honors your journey and the collective experience. You embody the wisdom of those who came before you, like Jung's archetypal return of the hero, bringing insights back to the tribe. This is where healing becomes transmission, and your truth is medicine, but only if you share it. As you navigate this landscape, life is no longer a series of tasks to complete, it is a sacred expression of who you are becoming. You feel peace and simplicity, no longer hungry for applause or validation. The questions that once plagued you shift from "what do they think of me" to "what wants to move through me." This inner dialogue empowers you, anchoring your presence in a reality that feels expansive and alive. You lead by living, not by persuading, and in this embodiment, you discover the beauty of interconnectedness. Each step you take is a reflection of your inner self, a dance of light that touches others. The energy you radiate invites others to join you, weaving a tapestry of shared truths and experiences. Now, prepare for the next phase of your journey. Step 9 awaits a spiritual and symbolic life that follows this awakening. Here, inner guidance leads you towards synchronicity and soulful participation, where every moment becomes a sacred opportunity for growth and connection. Embrace this unfolding, for it is a continuation of your story, rich with potential and promise. This is the dawn of the symbolic life, a profound shift in perception where the mundane transforms into the meaningful, where every moment pulsates with potential. According to Carl Jung, the symbolic life is a psychological state that transcends mere literal interpretation of the world. It invites you to see through the veil of the ordinary and into a realm rich with metaphor, archetype, and synchronicity. It is not superstition, rather, it is a deep form of psychological and spiritual intelligence, a dance with the unseen that reveals your true essence. In this new existence, you might find dreams that echo with emotional insight, offering guidance that logic fails to grasp. Recurring symbols or numbers appear, serving as mirrors reflecting your inner transformations. You may experience gut feelings that draw you toward right action, or notice how art and nature speak to the very core of your soul, resonating with truths you are just beginning to understand. Living symbolically requires stillness and inner quiet that allows you to hear the soft murmur of your intuition. It demands self-trust, for it asks you to embrace the unknown, to feel deeply even when the intellect seeks clarity. It calls you to connect with a deeper self beyond the confines of the ego, where the whispers of your soul can be heard. As Jung wisely noted, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. This journey into the symbolic life is a natural evolution following the process of individuation. It is where the unconscious becomes a creative partner, and the self begins to dialogue with life through symbols, not spreadsheets. You stop asking for signs, you start seeing them everywhere. Life ceases to be a problem to solve, transforming instead into a poem to translate. You no longer interpret events solely through logic. You feel their shape, their pattern, their pull, as if the universe itself is crafting a narrative that invites you to participate. This symbolic life is not passive, it is participatory. It invites co-creation, speaking to you, asking you to respond not perfectly, but truthfully. The messages manifest in the everyday moments, guiding you toward deeper understanding and connection. It nourishes your soul, urging you to trust the unfolding, to honor the mysteries that life presents. As you embrace this way of being, you find yourself preparing for the next step in your journey, a life of contribution. This is not performance, but a heartfelt expression of all that you have lived and learned. In step 10, you will be invited to share these experiences, both creatively and consciously, weaving your truth into the fabric of the world around you. In this sacred exchange, the symbolic life becomes a canvas for your legacy, where your essence resonates with others, leaving an indelible mark on the tapestry of existence. Welcome this shift. It is the path of the soul, guiding you home to your true self. You've traveled through the shadows, sat in the void, and listened to your soul's whispers, emerging from a chrysalis of self-doubt into a vibrant expression of your true self. This journey of awakening has led you through the intricate labyrinth of inner transformation, where the symbols of your life began to weave a tapestry rich with meaning. Now, as you stand at the threshold of authentic expression, your deepest truth is ready to be shared, not as performance, but as presence. True contribution isn't about perfection or applause. It's about showing up fully, imperfectly, and consistently. Your unique story, the lessons learned through trials and triumphs, and the gifts you possess are needed now more than ever. This is your moment to embrace inspired, heart-led action, allowing your creativity to flow into projects that reflect your soul's voice. Whether it's an art piece, a written word, or a shared experience, let your expression be a beacon of authenticity. You can heal and help others through your lived experience, becoming a source of light for those navigating similar paths. Teach, mentor, or simply hold space for others in their journey. Each act of kindness, each moment of integrity in your relationships and work is a brushstroke on the canvas of your legacy, painting a picture of how profoundly you've engaged with the world. Carl Jung taught us that individuation culminates in service to the collective. The self becomes a bridge between the inner and outer worlds, enabling you to connect deeply with others. Embrace the notion that your life is a creative act of becoming. As Nietzsche would say, every day offers a blank canvas, inviting you to express your essence boldly. Yet, as you step into this space of authenticity, you may encounter fear of judgment, rejection, or not being enough. These are echoes of the past, remnants of an old identity that no longer serves you. Resist the temptation to retreat into comfort zones. Instead, lean into vulnerability, recognizing it as a strength that fosters connection and understanding. Remember, your unique story is a vital thread in the fabric of existence. When you step into your truth, you light a path others can follow, creating ripples that extend far beyond your immediate sphere. Legacy isn't about grandeur, it's about the impact of your presence, the gentle yet profound influence you have on the lives of those around you. This journey is not a finish line, it's a new beginning. Keep growing, keep expressing, and keep serving from the fullness of your awakened self. Each moment presents an opportunity to evolve and contribute in ways that resonate with your soul's purpose. As you continue this sacred journey, know that your voice matters. Your creativity, your compassion, your authenticity, they are gifts to the world. Your life is a work of art and service, a contribution to the collective story we all share. Embrace this path with open arms, and let your heart lead the way into a future filled with meaningful connections and profound impact.